Hello there and welcome to Corey Loses, where today we're beginning a brand new playthrough for the channel. We're going to be playing some Fall of the Republic as the Galactic Republic per the results of the poll that we put up. So for those of you who may be new to the channel with the release of the mod, welcome. So this is the version of the mod that we just put out a couple days ago. And we're going to be playing through a Galactic Conquest on Medium. There's a link in the description to the mod on the workshop on Steam, as well as on Mod Database if you'd like to check it out for yourselves. But I will explain a little bit of what's going on with the playthrough first. So, we're going to play on Admiral on the Medium map as the Galactic Republic, but there's something different. I'll wait till we're actually on the map for it. Alright, so loading in the starting forces. With recent events at Geonosis, it's regrettably my duty to inform you that the Republic is at war, Commander. The clone armies have been mobilized under the leadership of the Jedi. I trust you will be able to handle the task of dealing with the threat of Count Dooku's separatists. So, during these playthroughs for the channel, in addition to the regular units, I have a set of custom units that were named by members of the community who are patrons of the channel, as well as Twitch subs and channel members. Patreon is a site with voluntary subscriptions where people are able to support content creators they enjoy. And just as a way for me to thank those people who do that, I code in a unit with a name that they've requested. There's a link in the description to all the ships that are available. You can request one throughout the playthrough, then at the end of the playthrough, I get all the ships together in an instant action match and kill them all off. But if that's something that sounds interesting to you and you'd like to have a custom ship name in the playthrough, and again, this is just for the playthrough as a way to thank the patrons, as well as Twitch subs who use their free Amazon Prime sub, or channel members, for directly supporting the channel that way. It's not something that's in the released version of the mod. But yeah, so if that's something that interests you, there's a link in the description to all that stuff. But we are going to start off by queuing up a few units. So let's go with, let's get some Arquitens. I would like to get to the Peltas, because I don't think we have any Peltas starting forces. So I might actually do that first. I'll just get a couple of them. Vampire, want to be a vendor when I grow up. And actually, are these... let's turn on the filters. Oh, cool. So I can get the Peltas there. Even better. So we have the O'Neill, Fenrir, Echinacea, Tender Warlord Star, Clones Eat Free, and Back to Boat, which I will build at Alderaan. Then we'll also get Come At Me Bro, Perfectly Balanced, and Cattle Market. That's probably a good start. I saw in Shaq's stream he went straight for 4 Raw, so we're not going to do that. We're gonna be our own people here. We are going to go for Barlock. There's a campaign overview again. There's Shaq. Speak of the devil.
Of course, Your Highness.
It's dangerous for so many Padawans to join the war before they're ready.
And I'm going to try to figure out where we want to defend or not, because the starting forces are a little bit more manageable than they were in the previous playthrough. If you haven't played the mod yourself and you're unfamiliar, the Republic, we are split up into technically 2 factions. There's the actual Republic, so we control Kashyyyk and Ruusan down to Rathon and Kamino there. We have Mon Calamari up here, and we have Eridu isolated down there, as well as the core. But there's also a bunch of other planets, especially in the upper mid-rim and the lower mid to outer rim, which are all independent. So they are, they're Republic sector forces. They will join us at the end of, or at the start of week 30. But until then, they're kind of going to be preyed on by the CIS. So it gives us a little bit of a buffer zone. I might actually turn on, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm turning on Cruel AI. I might have to press that again when we're back on the Galactic map, because I'm not sure if it'll properly queue when you're turning on a battle. But yeah, so we're going to turn on Cruel AI for this playthrough. We haven't done it for a while. I've never done it in Fall of the Republic. I might regret it.
There's nothing we can't handle. Reinforcements canceled. Engaging drive thrusters. Right, sir.
But one of the other things that I do in these playthroughs is try to give an idea of the directions the mods are going, because I do this for both Fall of the Republic and Thrawn's Revenge. This is actually since Fall of the Republic just came out, there's not as much to preview directly, but I'll try to give an idea of either general feedback and our responses to it, like where we intend to take the mod, some features that are upcoming, some focuses, and hopefully give some context on some of the decisions that go into the mod. But like I said, since it just came out, there's not really any new features to preview at the moment directly. I can talk a bit about the ship cruise up in the top corner, which is a resource that's coming up. Basically, it'll be used alongside credits. But I meant to... there, just to make sure that it actually pressed. But yeah, so ship crews are a thing that is coming in future builds of the mod, in both Thrawn's Revenge and Fall of the Republic, where different planets will generate different amounts of ship crews. You'll get them through missions and other stuff. Just as another resource to work with, since like most strategy games have more than one resource. Empire at War is fairly basic in that way, and we're trying to give ourselves more levers to pull with the economy, so that we can start working towards something a bit more dynamic, something hopefully a bit more interesting, where there's more to the game than just blitzing planets. So that's something that's going to be a focus for a while, and has been for a while. Nope, I guess we need to go that way. And for some reason, I always, on this map, get it confused with a different one. Just with this lighting set. Because each planet does have different lighting sets. So yeah. The main thing that we're going to be working on for the next month or so with both Thrawn's Revenge and Fall of the Republic, so our post-Endor mod as well as this Clone Wars mod, is our space balance reworks. So we got a lot of the basic mechanics in, basic rosters in. There's going to be new units and even some factions coming up in future releases. But on top of all that, we do want to play with both the pacing and the balancing of all the units a little bit, or a fair bit. And especially with ship movement, battle pacing, make ships feel a little bit more substantial than they do right now without slowing down gameplay too much is kind of the goal. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at. I think right now these bombs are a little OP, so I'm going to try it against the structure. But Anakin, since he was on the map, we brought down some 501st. That's the way Clone Legions work in the mod, is they're chosen based on the commander in the battle at the moment. Alright, let's see if they do anything against the buildings. Not really. Alright. Well, those guys have got nothing better to do right now.
Force is with us.
But yeah, so balancing on ships like that is going to be a big focus for both Thrawn's Revenge and Fall of the Republic. The ship cruise mechanic is probably the next major mechanic to get added, but we do want to flesh out missions and story in the mod a lot as well. Right now we have the basic like faction integration for the CIS, as well as the Order 65 and 66 mechanics, but there's a lot more we want to kind of do in that area. Why can't oh, did they? I wonder if the planet shield mechanics that Jacked and Dark were working on are in this build. That might be why I can't target stuff right now, so I'll have to look into that. So there is stuff that's changed since the release.
Your orders?
I think we might need to destroy this first.
You're not the only one who's strong in the Force. So what's the big rush?
But,
I've seen tons of guys.
so that's not all working as intended yet.
No problem. All too easy.
But yeah, so there's the mechanics for that, the additional story stuff, like we want to do an Operation Nightfall mission. That's going to be one of the first story missions that we get in, where when Order 66 happens, you're doing an actual raid on the Jedi Temple with Anakin and some clone troopers. Alright, let's get over here. And I'm going to get it back to tank. Okay, so maybe not. I'm not sure what was preventing me from using the bomber run.
Bombers at the ready. Bombing run canceled. Unit destroyed.
Got some bearded men in my life. Give it a rest,
Unit destroyed.
Now they like a little blaster ride.
Alright. 450 first. I wasn't even paying attention to him. Alright, Anakin over there. Yeah. Alright, we're going to retreat a little bit. Everyone get back here. Anakin, don't be a hero. We're going to try to get a repair station. Alright. There's still a lot of ground reworks that are coming as well. We did the basic ground balancing, but there's still a lot to come with all that. So just the unit stats are roughly where we want them. The pacing is roughly where we want it, but with stuff like the additional victory conditions, those are all still being worked on. Let's get out of there. Well, now we can actually capture some of this stuff. Anakin, crush this guy. Alright, let's get some arcs as well. So arcs, Yoda, clone troopers. Because we do want story missions and objectives and all that to play a large part in the mod. One of the things with Thrawn's Revenge is just that there's so many Galactic Conquests that it's been difficult to get those in the way we want. And hopefully with Fall of the Republic being a bit more controlled with the number of factions, there'll be more opportunities for us to do that kind of stuff.
All too easy.
Turret ready. Turret support online.
The Force is strong with this one. You were warned.
All right.
Guessing this isn't one of those situations where we
Super battle droids.
Got an idea, but it's risky.
Get out of there, Anakin. Of course, bug fixes and all that are always going to be a high priority too. Oh, got that off.
Dark side is so strong. It's like I'm drowning. You brought this on yourself.
All right, we can all head in. Arc troopers,
Should be fun.
get on over there. Yoda,
Help you, I can. Sense conflict.
Anakin,
That's how you want it.
you got it. And now ATTE, straight on over there. All right. I don't want the arcs getting too close. Do we have any bomb ones? No. I don't think they're armed differently yet.
That's how you do it. Kill the zone. Shoot it.
Okay, so arcs. I'm going to send them down this way to clear out infantry. While this main army goes over here. These guys need to go with them.
This should be fun.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I'd rather kiss Gardula the Hutt than be here.
Auto gun ready to go.
And Yoda, you're still around. So Yoda's going to go for the main structure up there.
With you, trooper. For the clone army.
Anyone else feeling reckless? You don't impress me.
Bombardment available.
Turret ready. Turret online.
Okay, between them, we should be fine. I'm going to leave the bombing run.
Y-wing
Can we use it
here.
now?
Bombing
No.
run canceled.
Must be something else going on.
Starting assault.
Anakin, you can crush this guy.
All too easy.
Yoda's got that.
My ally is
Form up. Bombing run canceled.
Watch those wrist rockets.
All right, we just kill those.
surprised.
Go already.
Because overall, we're pretty happy with where the basic mechanics, or like the basic balancing of ground is right now. A lot of the pacing and unit combat. You can respond to things without it taking forever. It may change a bit, of course, but just as a starting point, we're pretty happy with it. Then adding context through like different missions and all that is, or different like battle goals and styles is kind of what the focus is going to be on. Is that it? Yep. Perfect. There's Barlock.
Planetary control achieved.
So we have to pick which planets to defend
Mission
more.
log updated.
That's just the stats overview. Okay, we have a lot of mines we can build, so let's do that. A lot of these core planets are just going to end up with mines. Coruscant starts built up like that. I want some saber tanks, some lats,
Vehicle
ALAT, and artillery. Those are all really good vehicles. And if we can take Volpter, that could... Yeah, I think we're going to try to take Volpter. So let's put this fleet in over here. And we'll even use our
You can't anticipate everything.
Praetor.
Defensive position.
We'll divide these forces up a little bit more soon. But it's important that we take Volpter and Forost.
Perhaps you are ready for the war after all.
It's a bit risky to use Jedi heroes in space at the moment because the death explosions can destroy them if the enemy retreats. So I typically don't at the moment. Again, it is the first version, so there's a lot of stuff like that we're still making sure to fix as we go. But
Choose your reinforcements.
let's drop in this Praetor.
Let's run this gauntlet.
And we'll drop in the O'Neill in the back here. Fenrir,
All at full.
back to boat. I'll put right behind them. And let's get a bunch of carriers.
Breaking
We are going to
we
interdict,
can't handle. Engaging drive thrusters.
because this is going to be a good opportunity to kill a good amount of their
Bearing
ships.
set.
And I will put an Invincible there with the support of a Leveler variant of the Acclimator and a regular carrier. Plus, let's drop a CR90 with them and a CR-90 with
I
them.
copy that. At maximum unit capacity.
These guys are going to go straight for the shipyard, and
Taking the offensive.
these guys
Update orders.
are going to
Battle stations. Locked on.
annihilate those main forces if we can.
Reporting in.
I'm really happy with how the Pelta came out.
Our launch bay has been disabled.
Uh,
My liege. Yes, my liege.
Would you mind to click us? Primary engine system is down.
I'll try to heal it, but it's probably going to be outside of our capabilities here.
Nominal status.
All systems online.
All lights are green.
Charging generator. We'll level them.
Alright, Y-Wings, go for the station. V-19s, which there was a problem with. We have it fixed in the dev repository. I don't know if it's fixed here yet. Where they weren't showing their texture. You can see it's fixed now. I just have to push a patch for that.
Give me an order.
Alright, you're gonna back out. You actually managed to save the Acclimator. That's good job, back to boat. Or was it the O'Neill? No, it was back to boat that was repairing.
Reporting.
And now it's in range with Fenrir.
Destroyer ready. Destroyer.
This is the captain. Ready for command. Your orders?
Alright.
Attack position, sir. We
And we'll try to
Destroyer holding.
bring them in here.
got you on the comm. Vectoring to the enemy.
I'm not sure if the tags get applied from the interdiction mines on these guys here to the Pelta, and because if the AI sees there's an interdictor in the battle in Thrawn's Revenge, we've made them not retreat because it becomes really cheesable if they try to. So it may be taking the fact that these guys have the bombs that cause interdiction.
All lights are green. This is the captain.
Alright, a few ships have actually gone pretty low, but
Got you on the comm.
we've been able to save most of them
Destroyer station keeping.
so far.
Captain here.
We can bring them in.
Reading you. This is the captain. Got you on the comm. Cruiser ready for combat.
Ready.
Hopefully, especially with Cruel AI on, we'll get a couple bigger battles than we did in the last playthrough.
Captain here.
Ready to update orders. We'll win this.
Whatever it was they were
All right,
it looks like they already found it.
good stuff.
Missile destroyer here. They won't escape.
But again, for anyone who is interested in playing the mod, there is a link in the description to the workshop item as well as mod database.
Locking on target.
So I'm gonna try to say that once or twice per episode for the first view, just for anyone who's missed it. I apologize for those who already have it or didn't miss it.
This is the captain.
Missile destroyer reporting in.
All right.
We have a look. Charging generator. We'll beach them. We'll level them.
I've lost count. How many does that make? What's your sides? What's your tail? Bullseye!
So just gotta kill these Gozantes, I think, and there we go. Let's go all these guys in there.
Construction.
I am playing on Admiral Cruel, right? Yes. Okay, do we have the Juggernaut? Oh, stockpile credits. Alright, and that'll give us 2 Dreadnoughts. Okay, so let's use Obi-Wan this time.
Invasion commencing.
I want to use the 212th. The Phase 1 clones aren't, or the Phase 1 clone legions aren't quite as interesting as Phase 2 clone legions. Because Phase 1 armor, they tended to be a bit more... Oh.
The force is my ally.
A bit more standardized.
Get ready to move in.
Reinforcements en route.
Alright, we're going to send a lat first with some clones.
At maximum
The rest of these guys I'm going to
Handle
send
your weapon well.
farther in.
I'm a holding up.
I think this map does put some of the starting buildings here before the thingy. Alright, get in there. The rest of you walk on. And the lat, try to get there so we can claim another landing zone faster.
I've had better days. This wall is not
Obi-Wan,
the
you
will
can
of the
definitely
Force.
grab us some money.
Don't you ever get tired of winning all
And
the
you're
time?
going to capture us a vision
Yourself,
thing.
aren't you?
Droids around the objective.
Uh-oh. Alright, nothing to worry about yet. Still getting in there. Alright, there's a lot to worry about here now. So get out of here, lat. Health bar is still full.
Hold lock. No, I got your back. Follow me. Scanning infantry.
Alright, between the lat and the
The sky.
the tanks, we should be good here. Alright, and Obi-Wan,
I can sense your frustration.
go over there. Oh shit. Lat, take out that hailfire. I see that. Nope. I see the AA turret there. I thought it'd be out of range. Alright, back off entirely. Did that hailfire pull in farther? No. Alright, I guess we're just gonna take out this part of the base.
Do you need to repeat
And
Master
Obi-Wan
Yoda's
just
lightsaber training for younglings?
going down there. I just want the clones to get out of the way of my ATE.
You handle yourself well.
If we can bombing run in this battle. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on last time. Maybe an invalid unit type was listed for the bombing runs? I'm not sure. Something obvious, maybe.
Enemies in range. Targets engaged.
Master Qui-Gon always held you in the highest esteem.
Alright,
Let go.
Obi-Wan, get there. And we're going to regroup our forces. Ready for an attack.
Hold the Republic. Covering fire. Go. Clear the battle zone. Throw it online.
Shit, I forgot that was there.
Didn't you once
thought I
boast
killed
that
it.
you could defeat Master Yoda?
We've secured a landing zone.
Okay, well, 2 A5s, another lat, even though I don't deserve them.
Forward. On target. Run. Starting assault. That's how you do it. Hey, check your map. Turret support online. Now we're even. Hologuns online. Going in.
Alright,
Hologuns online. On it.
in there.
Deployed. Need my tool. Right. Hologuns online. Up they come and fire. This way. Fire up.
Come on. Darn you, pathing. Oh well. Alright, if we can take Evolve through. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna get Obi-Wan started down here. Our other A5. Let's get these clones in this way. This could be a good place for us to bombard. Darn it. I don't know why I'm being so PG right now. Darn it. Like, I've never said darn it in my life. I guess I've got to ease any new viewers in. That's all it is. Of course, there's always the chance that literally no one watches because now the mod's out. And you don't need me anymore to show you what's coming up. Well, not right now. Eventually there will be more to see and what's coming up, but just please don't leave me. I need this. Alright, Obi-Wan is taking the objective. You've always got to play to the objective. That's rule 1 of Empire at War. Alright, we've cleared out a lot of the starting, or a lot of their forces. But we should still be able to get the capture point victory. You don't need to attack that.
Copy. Gold Squadron commencing attack.
Let's put it on fast forward while we're waiting for Obi-Wan to finish capturing it.
Commencing bombing run.
And I do want to modify it so that the victory conditions go properly down there, but that'll take a bit more scripting. We lost 2 lats and a saber tank. I need to be more careful with that when we're on Cruel. But yeah, so I'm gonna build a spy. Oh, I went to the political options. I'm an idiot. We'll probably get 3 main
Safety check complete.
fleets going.
Shield up.
Alright, that's replaced.
Follow me.
Vulpter. That, Alderaan.
Beginning construction.
You're gonna be a mining planet for us. Or a tax center. But that should free up the Empress Tita forces. Even if we went down to Fondor, that could clear up our borders a little bit. Focus on the Techno Union a bit. Let's see. Yeah, that's low enough that I think we can close out the episode with an assault there. Next episode, we'll break up into our fleet groups,
Vectoring now.
get some more ships built. I just want to make sure we're relatively established for when the CIS integrates the sub-factions, because the CIS government mechanic is that they their 4 sub-factions they get to bring in as members, and on hard they do it a lot earlier.
Let's move this target.
Back to O'Neill and Fenrir. Then we'll get some levelers.
Course destroyer holding.
And another invincible just right there.
Destroyer station keeping. I copy.
Our engines are destroyed, sir.
Ready. All stations ready.
Yeah, I'll try to back them up
Ready
that
to
way.
update orders. Let's run this gauntlet.
Missile destroyer here. Your orders?
Empire War Pathfinding is still Empire War.
All lights agreed.
I split that up too much. I was expecting to
There's nothing we can't
just crush this station faster and then bring them together. But clearly not going to happen.
The torpedo launcher has been destroyed.
So I'm going to have to bring the Praetor in this way.
Your orders?
Alright, turn around everyone.
That's the way it's done. We are not your enemy.
We've lost the missile launcher.
This is it. Missile destroyer reporting in.
Pull out.
As you wish, Commander. Destroyer ready.
Alright,
Adjusting course.
can you go around this way?
Lights are green. Ready for command. We've lost a squad mate. Main cannons charged.
Destroyer.
No, I really need this on this side.
Your orders? Taking the offensive. All lights are green. Moving into attack position. Sir, all fighters approaching directly ahead.
I need the fleet tender over here. Because the fleet tenders are really good against stopping bombers from killing your ships.
Keeping.
Just with how the healing versus damage works out for that. Like, usually if the bombers are your big threat on the back line, they're not going to do enough damage to out-damage the repair on a fleet tender unless there's a lot of them. But if it's a ship that's getting concentrated by the whole enemy fleet, the healing isn't going to really factor into that.
Cruiser here.
Alright, now we can move in. And I'll try to get the Invincibles to actually destroy the station. And there's actually a lot of questions about where the Invincibles are from. They're from some old Legends novels, generally set in the CSA, I think. But Han Solo books, and then they got fleshed out a bit more in some RPG supplements, which is basically how most of Star Wars works, RPG supplements.
Ready to update orders.
Alright, Praetor.
Our missile launcher is gone. Boss, they've destroyed our torpedo.
Lost 2 Acclimators in this battle.
Ready to commence.
Okay, I got overconfident. I went in too hard. I need to not do that. I haven't played on... Need to get into the Cruel Admiral frame of mind.
Sir, we've done it. Look to the skies. Cruiser ready for combat. Captain here.
Alright.
All lights are green.
Okay, so they don't count the the Pelta deploying the mine
Ready for command.
towards the interdictor tag for that. So that's good to know. But either way, that is going to do it for today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed this first episode. Again, there will be another episode coming out tomorrow, and then it'll be a few times a week. I'm not sure on the exact posting schedule. I'm going to be going away in 2 weeks for a little bit, so it might be a little bit more common that week than normal. But I will let you know as much as I figure out. If you would like to get your own named ship in the playthrough, again, the link for that is in the description to the Patreon page. And yeah, so thanks again for watching, and hope to see you next time. Bye.